How do you buy a business with no money? A lot of people will be skeptical of this video because I'm telling you that you can buy something with no money. Buy a business? Yes, and I'm going to explain to you today how easy this is to do. I've seen other people do it, and I have no way of selling to you. I have nothing to sell. I don't have a course. I don't have a book. I am providing you easy advice for you to own a business through this plan and start making a ton of money. My name's Nate Jones. I post about business, entrepreneurship, and money. If you like that type of content, hit like and subscribe. So how do you own a business, buy a business with no money? Well, first off, you need to understand that right now there is a massive opportunity to buy a business. The average age of a business owner is in their 50s. That means in the next 5 to 10 years, all these business owners are, the majority of them, over 50% of these businesses, they're going to be looking at, hey, when can I go retire? I want to get the heck out of here. I want to go down south. I want to go sit on the beach. I want to take all my money that I've made throughout my business, and I want to go retire. I'm done. I'm burnt out. I've heard so many business owners say this. They often have issues with finding somebody to buy or transition their business to. Usually their kids. If they're a successful business owner, they've sent their kids to really nice schools, and the kids don't want to have anything to do with the small little business that produces $200,000 to $300,000 profit every year because they're making $2,000 to $3,000 somewhere else, and they don't want to. They saw what their parents went through. They don't want to go through it again. So I know 6 to 7 business owners right now in my area where I'm at, because I do business insurance. I own an insurance agency. I'm constantly meeting with these business owners. They are looking for somebody to buy their business or transition their business to. And I've actually thought about, hey, what if I added another business to my business? What if I potentially bought them out or transitioned it out? Do I have enough time for it? Is this a business that I want to buy? And it got me thinking, I'm like, why don't I make a video on how you can do this? And even if you have no money, it doesn't matter. You don't need money, and I'm going to tell you how. What you need to do is you need to find a business owner who is looking to retire in the next 5 to 10 years, preferably 5 years. You want to find somebody who is looking to retire, okay? You don't want to find somebody who's not looking to retire because they're probably giving their business to you or selling their business to you because there's something wrong with it. They need to get out of it. You're going to be buying a dumpster fire. You want to find somebody who's looking to retire. And what you want to do is you want to call these people, potentially show up at their business, send them emails. You want to put them on a cadence of reaching out to them and say, hey, look, my name's Nate. I am a young entrepreneur in my community. I am looking to buy a business or work for a business owner and slowly eventually take over that business. Are you looking to retire in the next 4 to 5 years? If so, could we have a meeting? Or the next 5 to 10 years? And you go meet with that individual. It may take you 20, 30, 50 people to reach out to until you get a meeting. But once you get a meeting, you sit down and you say, hey, I'm looking to own a business. I want to own a business. Tell me about your business. And do you have any transition plans already? Is anybody looking to buy your business? Like, have you thought through that? What does that look like? And then you say, hey, I would love to learn more about your business to see if we're a fit so I can buy it from you when you want to retire. And why does this require no money, right? Because you're probably like, hey, Nate, you need to talk about the money. No one's going to give you a business. Correct. What you need to do is you need to create a transition plan in which over a span of years, you pay back the owner after he's left the company. So at first, you're coming in, maybe making a very small salary, and you're taking over some of the original owner's duties. That means he's going to start working 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week. You're still paying him the same. He still owns the business. You're just taking a salary. Eventually, when you learn the business, which is super important that this should be a 2 to 3 year transition because you need to learn the business. He's been doing it for 30 to 40 years. She's been doing it for that long. You need to learn the business. So you learn the business, sit under that person, learn as much as you can. Maybe it's a year or 2, 3 years, whatever. And then eventually that person then you say, hey, at the end of the 3 years, what you're going to do is you're going to go full retired. That means you're not going to come in every day, but I'm going to still be able to call you. And what we're going to do is we're going to knock down your salary a little bit, but we're going to continue to pay you, right? And let's say his business is $200,000, $300,000 profit, right? So you could agree on a reasonable price of probably $1 million, right? So you say, look, I'm going to pay you $125,000 for the next 10 years, and that's going to be $1.2 million, right? So I'm going to pay you that. That's going to help you from a tax perspective because you're not getting all that money at once. And you're getting more money than what your business is really worth because you're carrying the note, you're carrying the risk, right? So he's getting $200,000 more than he's really getting. And from your perspective, if he's profiting $200K, you're paying him $125. You get $75,000 of profit. But the thing is, when you're doing this, you want to grow that business. If you can grow that business to $250,000, $300,000 profit, you're paying him, that individual, that person, her, him, whatever, you're paying that person with their own money. That person's getting $125 every year. It's great tax play. He's able to probably defer some of that, and he's able to continue to get paid for the next 10 years, and you're able to continue to run that business and grow that business. And the reason that it doesn't cost you anything is because that revenue, that profit, as long as you buy the right business, you take care of it, you continue to grow it, take care of the employees, that profit is going to continue to show up. So you're paying that person with the profit that they would have had if they would have worked. But that person doesn't want to work. So you're able to basically pay them probably about 60 to 60. This is about 60%, 125 to 200. So it's about 60%, 60, 70% of their profit. Now to them, you're taking the 30. But your goal is to grow that profit. And then after the 10 years, whatever you're paying, 125, hopefully you're profiting 600, the 125 is nothing because you've taken an existing business, which in my opinion, it is better to buy an existing business or take over an existing business using this way of doing it, this template. It's better to take over an existing business because you have a reputation in the community, you have current clients, you have certain processes that you can make better, you have employees that you could work on improving, you have so many different things in play. A business that is existing, that's showing that it's working, is far better to do, to take over than to start a business. I've started a business and I've also bought a business. The business that I bought was so much easier to profit than the business that I started because it already had revenue coming in. Okay, so I would suggest that you really look very closely into this technique. And what happens is as you grow that business, it's easier to grow an existing business. And you grow that business, you're paying that person back, which is only now 20% of the profit. So really from your perspective, the purchase price that you're paying that individual is so much lower than the actual value of the company. Because if you can grow that profit to 600,000, 700,000, now the business is worth 3 million. So what you potentially could do is, if you really wanted to, grow that business a certain profit, sell it for 3 million, pay the owner whatever you owe him left, or continue to pay that owner based on your purchase price, and you could parlay that and go find somebody else. Continue to do that. Continue to do it where you don't have to have any of your own money. You don't need any money to do this. All you need is fortitude. You need to hold yourself accountable. You need to say, hey, look, I'm going to figure this out. There's somebody out there who's looking to sell their business. And if that person is out there, I know that person's out there, I'm going to uncover every person in this community who's over the age of 45, 50, they will know that I'm looking to buy a business. That if right now it's not the right timing, they will know that I am here waiting for them. It is a sales position at first. You have to be reaching out, making connections, and then eventually you will make a connection that you'll be like, man, I can't believe I have this opportunity to work under this person who's a successful business owner, and I end up taking over their business, and if I can grow it and pay them back with their own money, you have no money out of your own pocket. And after 10 years, let's say you barely grew the business. It doesn't matter. Now you have $1 million asset. You have $1 million asset from paying somebody with their own money. So you don't need money to become rich. I hear people comment on my stuff all the time. Well, it takes money to make money, and you're only saying that because you were given something. First off, I wasn't given anything. I started all my family told me not to start my business, and I started it, and now I'm doing really great. So nobody handed me anything, okay? And no one's gonna hand you anything, and no one's gonna call you and say, hey, are you looking to buy my business? You have to go out there and do it. You have to go out there and do it. It does not require money. It requires you to get up off the couch and start putting in the work today. You take action, so much more action than you think is good. Making 10 calls a day is not good. You should be making 20, 30 calls a day, scheduling meetings, and if you're working a full-time job, try to work around it. Something, you got to figure some way out. You got to say, hey, every day I'm going to hit it hard and make progress if this is what you want to do, because this is the key to wealth. I say most multimillionaires, over 10, 15 million, most billionaires made their money from a business. And that's how you're going to become super wealthy, is through a business. not through slowly investing. Okay, you're going to have 2 to 3 million when you retire when you do it that way. But when you own a business, that's where you're going to get over the 10 to 15 million dollar mark. Okay, so you need to own a business if you want to become wealthy. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to become a business owner, and you don't have money laying around, you may be young, you may be sitting there and saying, hey, I don't know, I don't really have anything to offer. What business should I start? Well, maybe you shouldn't start a business. Maybe you should find a partner, find somebody that you could buy out with their own money and have transition into their business, and then learn the business, grow the business, and then you can sell the business for more than what you bought it for. So if you have any questions about this, please comment below. And if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe.